Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Spinthrift Podcast. Alright, today we're going right into it again. Like last time, how we were avoiding the typical coin watch of, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and all the little altcoins in favor for ICOs, because as we know, the market hasn't been looking so good for all the established coins. So first up is a coin called Slogan. It is for logistic and supply chain industry. There's already a few of these out there for supply chain, but I couldn't really find any that was as open, like prioritize open sourceness like this one does. A lot of them kind of like say they use blockchain technology, but it's not like available for public, or like at least very obviously available for public. So these guys kind of offer instant pay, transparent contracts, AI optimization, and discounts for people who use it. I know some bigger like companies would shy away from open source, which is why I really couldn't find any other companies in this industry that were like, yeah, open source. But the fact that it was open source can give them a bit of edge, considering anybody could find little flaws in it and help improve and have that community built up like that. Plus, considering these guys have industry experience, after reading like their little team paragraphs, like meet the team kind of thing, a lot of them have industry experience, and this kind of gives them an edge on anyone who would try to use their open source and do their own thing. Next up is District 0x. It's a smart contract marketplace that facilitates more marketplaces and calls them districts. This could work. The thing is, they make those districts, and then those districts are basically campaigning for other people to use that district platform. So it could grow. It just needs good districts, and it already has like 3, I think. Presearch is a decentralized search engine powered by the community. This is 100% a David versus Goliath kind of situation. Like, I highly doubt a decentralized search engine will catch on. I mean, all these other Google alternatives don't really catch on that much. And even then, most of these Google alternatives use Google. And they just usually they're more privacy centered, so they kind of just use Google but strip all the tracking stuff out. Like, even Bing and Yahoo uses Google. So I don't see this one really working out unless Google itself falls and opens up a space for the search engine kind of industry to be multipolar rather than a giant monopoly. Rex, that's a real estate network. This one could be good, especially if it includes in-depth information about the houses and their tax liabilities and all that. It just seems like it really just streamlines a very long process a bit, and kind of has everything right there in the open rather than mounds of physical paperwork to kind of get through. So streamlining's good. And then BHotspot. This is kind of like the search engine one, Presearch. The fact that it kind of relies on users. So to describe it a bit, it's a Wi-Fi hotspot system that allows users to connect to Wi-Fi networks without involving third parties. So it claims to be a better cost than current Wi-Fi hotspot or mobile data solutions. So yeah, another kind of peer-to-peer thing. And this thing is going to rely on people using it, so it's not going to really be useful in many places, especially since you're doubtful that you'll ever find people to use it. So that's been the little CoinWatch ICO edition. Hopefully by next week, the regular market has, bounced back some more, because it's been bouncing back a bit, but improve some more so that we get to our regularly scheduled programming. But on to the news. So I got a lot of bad news, but I'm gonna start with the good news. And the good news is that Tezos official ICO has raised the most money out of any ICO so far, which is $232 million. It's a lot of money. And I talked about this before, and it's like a smart contract that's kind of rivaling Ethereum. But I think really the reason why this one has gotten so much money is because it has all, like, the team, the husband and wife team has a lot more credibility behind it than the average blockchain ICO. Like, these guys are hedge fund, corporate, like, connection type people. So that's definitely why it has a lot of money in it. Because a lot of people know that they can probably actually get it done or have the money to get it done. Let's hope it doesn't end up like Bancor, though. I don't think it will. And if you guys haven't checked out Bancor, it's in the slumps. It rose for a bit, like all ICOs did, and then it died harder than most ICOs. We'll see if it recovers, though. So, onwards to the other two more bad news, and that's the fact that CoinDash has $7 to $10 million stolen from its ICO. This was because the website got hacked, and the hackers replaced the website's address with their own, and people just went to the website and kept sending money on that to that address. And like I said, it was like 7 to 10 million. I saw something earlier that said that CoinDash would actually still credit these people. So I guess that's kind of generous, especially since they're not actually getting the money. But it's probably the best thing to do, considering your project would be already dead in the water if you just lost investors 10 million, even if it was kind of their fault and your fault too. But yeah, I think it's the right thing to do, and it's a good thing. It kind of gives you faith in the ICO community, considering there's a lot of scams that would probably just be like, well, we got ours, then we're gonna use our thing to give money to people who actually manage to get their side of the money into us. I know that was really confusing, so what I'm saying is good that they didn't say, well, we didn't get the money, so we're just gonna run off. But the CoinDash ICO overall is okay, I think, because it had whitelisted investors who put money in before like this whole thing, so they do have money. So I guess that's another reason why they're like generous enough to credit people, because they want to build a community rather than just after the money. We'll see their progress, though. And the final piece of news is a security bug in a Parity multi-sig wallet has led to 30 million Ethereum being stolen. So this is significantly more than CoinDash, and this is something that definitely will not be credited back. And I've talked about this multiple times before about these third-party wallets. Like, I just don't trust them, and you shouldn't trust them either. And you should really have like basic wallet security going on. If you have a lot of money in a wallet, it should be 100% a cold wallet, like on a USB drive, encrypted, or in one of those hardware ones. I don't really know much about those, but I guess use them. They're supposed to be super secure. You 100% do not want to be using these third-party wallets on your desktop connected to the internet. Even then, I guess this one was probably an online wallet or something. Who knows? Just stick to as official as you can, people. Because if you go with the official stuff, you minimize your chances with this. And if you're not going with the official stuff, at least try to go with the most reputable, and be wary of updates. Or I guess this probably wouldn't even matter to an update. It's probably something that was in the system and they just discovered it. So just be wary to third-party wallets in general. And I guess if you have to store your coins in somewhere that's third-party, in this case, I think an exchange would be better than these things, considering some exchanges are insured and they would have to give you your money. So that's that. We're going to end today with a True Talk Thursday segment about being in a better environment. People say you're a product of your environment all the time, so I believe that's true. I've had a little experience, and I think, what you're around is definitely influences how you're going to act. And the simple fact of leaving that environment can help spur that change that you want to happen. It's obviously not going to happen on its own, and you need to take action, but getting in the right environment is pretty imperative to taking that action sometimes, especially since if you're in a kind of environment that isn't really doing anything, it's the same old, like there's nothing happening, so you're not going to be happening. So you just think about that. When you want to be the change, you gotta make a change in a lot of sectors of your life sometimes, and not just your own mental or physical. You gotta get away from other things like the external and try to getting away from that external to benefit yourself internally. So all in all, you are not the only fault. Your environment, it can really mess you up too. So get in somewhere that's conductive to productivity and conductive to success rather than failure and stagnation. And we're ending this one early. Unfortunate. I don't know, I feel like these next few ones are going to be early enders too. I've been busy, and until I get back to school, this is going to sound like contradictory, like until I get back to school, they probably will be short because I'm on a more time constraint than a small window of time of being able to do these. And that may sound confusing, and I'm sure someone's thinking, well, when you go back to school, won't you have less time? Yes, but similar to this True Talk Thursday about your environment, when I'm at school, I'm more productive. So I can fit 20 minutes of doing this very easily, and all the downtime that I'm waiting in class can be used to research things for this. So bear with me on the quality. I want to improve it. I'm just waiting on those conditions to change, the material conditions to change. So, see you next time on the Crypto Spendthrift Podcast.